Talofa Faithful, welcome back once again. It is the Niner Faithful Radio Week in Review show. I got TJ in the background, getting ready. Oh, forget how loud this is on Instagram because I have to mute it on Instagram when I start it. Oh, good Lord. All right, there it is. All right, so we've already got people jumping in here. We've got Mr. John LaJoy. How's it, my brother? Thank you for showing up. So we're going to get started with this Rams preview part 2 because obviously we've done this before, and who knows, we may get the trilogy later on in the playoffs. So we're going to hit the intro, and we will be right back here in a few seconds. Here we go.
From the 44, they fake it to Floyd.
All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the show. And usual, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, TJ. What's up, my brother?
What's cracking, y'all? I'm still saying stuff and everything, but yeah, I'm here.
So as you guys may or may not know, this is our drinking show. So if you have a adult beverage, please indulge yourself in one. TJ, what you drinking on this week?
I just got my usual simple Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple?
Yeah.
Honestly, this week, it has been a year long of 17 weeks of buying all sorts of alcohol. So I am going back to this Modelo box that I've been working on for the last, I don't know, month and a half or two, just because trying to drink this much alcohol, it's hard, man. My little fridge that I have back over here is just completely full right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Probably the most I've drank in probably years. I ain't gonna lie. Right. And it's not even that I drink that much after the show. It's just the consistency of what I don't even remember what week I had to join the show.
And there was a couple weeks where it's just like, TJ, you got to learn to pace yourself, man. This ain't a 2 minute.
Right? Yeah, sure.
I remember the first couple, like 20 minutes in, you're like pounding your third drink. I'm like, dude, man, we still got like another 45 minutes to go. Bring it back a little bit. So we've had to teach TJ how to be a sophisticated drinker over the course of the season.
So, yeah.
What's up, Mr. Carcast? Thank you for showing my brother. To the people
up,
on the Insta side, I can't bring you guys up on the screen, unfortunately, because it doesn't let us do that. But we have Dirty Designs 909, Keith Schneed, and then Niner A. Ron over there on the Instagram. Thank you very much for watching us. We are now live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We're going back and forth on the Instagrams between going on my Captain Niner one and then the actual show one, Niner Faithful Radio, trying to see where we get a little bit more traffic on. So, so if you're not on that one, not on one or the other, please make sure to follow the other to always be able to see us when we go live.
Yeah, this is kind of some easy. Normally, we do like to do our, testing of things in the off season, but this is something that, we're trying to do. Yeah, and we're trying to do in season, and this is going to affect some things that we may or may not do later on, depending.
Yeah, I guess it only came out maybe 6 weeks ago. Be able to stream live on Instagram with everything else, because before it was either, well, do we want to stream just on Instagram or do we want to stream on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and everything else, but not Instagram? And then let's say maybe about 6 weeks ago. It took me a couple weeks to figure it out because there's like 10 steps you have to go through it. Then we got John J from the 49ers Ultimate Report. How's it going, my brother? My man over here is doing shows pretty much daily for the most part when it comes to 49er content. So make sure you give him some love over on his channel as well.
Man, he's whew, that's dedication, bro. I remember when during 2020, I was struggling to do what did we end up doing? 4, something like that a week. I was struggling to
Oh,
do
when we
that.
were doing the
Instead of
Twitch thing?
yeah, when we were doing the Twitch thing,
Yeah.
man, I'm struggling to do it. I struggled to do that, to do them daily, man. Big shout out to John.
Well, it wasn't so bad, but they didn't let us start in season or closer to the
Yes.
season. Like if we had waited even like a month to get a little bit closer to training camp, we could have done something. But it was that month where there's nothing going
Did
on.
that
We're like,
period.
and it doesn't help that during that same period is when I'm off doing my the stuff with my wife for her crap stuff and everything. So I'm like,
Yeah.
have fun, TJ. I will see you the week before training camp.
Yeah. Yeah. This is it was dark. I don't want to say dark ties, but because we were getting
Oh,
paid and it essentially saved the show that season. But yeah, it was not the easiest thing on the entire planet to get through.
oh no, I'm sure that it wasn't, man.
Ooh,
All right, so
good
should we
period.
go ahead and jump into this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it cracking.
All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to tell everybody who follows our show, thank you very much. We have hit our one of the first sub goals that we have here on the Instagram, or excuse me, the YouTube, of hitting our subscriber count. So what we are going to do is that next week we are going to be giving away a jersey to somebody on the show, just as a thank you for everybody who has gotten us to where we are right now. And hopefully we can start giving away more and bigger things eventually. With this one, you will have to be present in the stream, not in the stream, but watching the stream on YouTube, because that's where we hit our sub count out. And then we'll figure out some sort of a way. I'm not sure if we're going to do it with like one of those name generators, or if we're going to, everybody pick a number between 1 and 100. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have 100 people watching, but it'd be sure be badass if we did. And if
Yeah,
there's
that'd
that
be pretty
many,
dope.
if there's that many, we'll figure something else out. But again, this is a thank you from all of us at Niner Faithful Radio. Back to you guys. So again, next week, 6 p.m., same time, same bat channel. Show up to get a jersey.
Yeah. So first, what's up, Bebop? Good to see you, baby.
Bebop.
First of all, thank y'all. I started NFR in 2017, not really knowing what to do. Maybe having a little bit of podcast knowledge, or radio knowledge and everything, not knowing what to do. I made the decision to leave Radio AFS, or mutually part ways is what we like to say. In 2019, was scared as shit. I had no idea how I was going to maintain any of this. And, there's a lot of things that have gone on. There's some credit card debt. There's some things that have gone on, with the show that y'all don't know about, but we've been able to be here, on our own, holding it down. No sponsorships, very little, y'all see the show reads I do, not much, but yet somehow every year we find a way to get a little bigger and make a little bit more money. And it's because of y'all. We really want to thank y'all and appreciate everybody. I mean, the chat's this is the most popping season for the chat ever. So
Right.
We're definitely starting to build a little bit of following. So it's something we want to do. And when we hit 1,000, I can't tell y'all yet and everything like that, but we got to. I'm gonna show Jason.
It's a good one. I've heard
later.
of this.
But yeah. This is one that you're definitely gonna want to tune in for. But appreciate y'all. Salute.
And yep. Salute, everybody.
Twinsies. Oh no, Jason fucked up the Twinsies.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Boo this man.
I should have went and got the glass and poured it, but yeah,
Right.
my bad.
No, but
all right, so
big shout out
go
for
ahead.
that. Go ahead.
I was gonna move on to the next one. So if you got anything else to say, go ahead and say it.
No. We're good.
And yeah, so it'll be, just I'm not sure how we're gonna do it. Like, we just want to get a season that says, or excuse me, a jersey that just says your name on it. If we want to put Niner Fever Radio on it, we'll figure it out something.
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan booing me because I don't have the Twinsy cup, man. Thanks, brother. Thank you for showing up, bro.
Dylan, big shout out, Bill. He said boo.
John Jay, I was always being shocked. Yeah, definitely, John Jay. I've liked watching you and your content and everything. I've been on your streams a few times. We're gonna get you on here sometime. And then we got
BC with his famous
BC.
smash the like move. Smash the like. Bebop, you are okay. Yeah, my bad, bro. Bebop, you are a god for getting that reference.
I missed it.
Me and you, sir, were half baked when I was like, "Boo this man."
Okay, now I get
it. That's the Bob Saget part.
I can't be a stoner, man. My work says no. Once again, for all the people over on Instagram, it's hard for me to go back and forth between the two streams, so I'm not ignoring you guys on Instagram. But if you want to actually come in and chat, it's a little bit easier if you jump over onto the YouTube, but leave the Instagram stream up at the same time.
Hey, honestly, or get at StreamYard and tell them to let us have the ability to post the Instagram comments. And we'll have no problem posting your comments. I mean, shit, let's be real. Love StreamYard. You know, I think out of all the services I've looked to and everything like that, they're the one that seem the best. But yeah, they need.
It's the easiest. It's the most user friendly one.
It really is. It's so simple.
There's the one that I used to do when I first started joining the show, Lightstream. I don't know if you remember that one. Yeah, that one is hella good, but it's not made for content creators because it's made for gaming. And so it is what it is.
See, and that's the problem I came into with a lot of ones I first tried was it was very, this is not meant for streaming. This is a game,
How's it, Jess? Another podcaster from the East Coast Red and Gold podcast. By the way, she gets more guests on there than I've ever seen, and she has so many pictures. It's almost like she knows where the players are and everything with them constantly. It's a little crazy sometimes.
I'm not gonna say the word creepy, but yeah, that is pretty amazing. Yeah, no, if anybody going to Am I Fish? Dylan said my fish.
I'm gonna do Captain American. I got that reference.
I'm gonna be Nasty Nate. Anyway, anybody gonna go out for playoff games? Your boys not gonna be at the playoffs, but would like to talk to anybody that's there. See if we can get maybe some programs. I'm kind of debating. I got all the programs from this year, but I kind of want them. But I'm kind of debating, do I want to give them away on the show? Because it's kind of been my only little souvenir I've gotten. Because they don't let, I've taken a screenshot of every one of my tickets, but there's no.
That's a hard one if you want to keep those or give them away as a thing. Yeah.
I've never wanted ones from games I didn't go to because I'm like, well, I didn't go to the game. It's like Super Bowl or whatever like that. I mean, that's whatever. But
that's keeping it. Speaking of gifts, yours is finally done. I just have to put it all together tomorrow and probably send it out.
Awesome.
Christmas gift in January. All right, so let's move on to the next.
Gave me mine a week late.
Yeah,
or a few days late.
All right, so I would like to say congratulations to all these gentlemen on the screen. As you can see, we have a total of 9 guys going to the Pro Bowl as number ones. We got 4 on defense and 4 on offense. It's kind of weird because you look at these guys and you're thinking, we're missing a couple, ain't we?
Yeah.
I mean, there's
BA.
I mean, how do you, BA, Devo, Dre Greenlaw. I mean, which I'm actually kind of happy some of those guys got snubbed because an angry Debo, an angry BA, an angry Dre Greenlaw. How are these guys going to react to being, hey, you know what? No, we are not the number 2. We are number 1s. We should be in the Pro Bowl.
I mean, I didn't watch it, but apparently BA has spoken. And I just like, it's cool. Like, what's up, Mr. Teresa? How you doing? It's cool to say that, like Juice, for example, more Pro Bowls than any fullback in NFL history. Awesome. Nobody on the list that I can't think is deserving. If I told you, Jason, name some of our blessed players, I think these are all names that you would name. I think Javon Hargrave, I think you would name BA or Dre Greenlaw before you would name Hargrave. But Bosa.
Defensively, yeah, I would have gone with Dre over Hargraves.
But, I mean, Bosa, Charvarius Ward, yeah. Bam Bam. I know you've been down on him all year, but still
not all
think he's
year.
one of the best. Or not all year, but you've deservedly. I'm not going to say that it hasn't been deserved. Juice, I mean, kind of hard not to make it when you're one of only 3, 4 fullbacks in the whole league.
Or maybe 5 total.
Yeah.
That isn't a defensive tackle.
Kittle Corn, yes, who I believe, look, 2018 will probably be his quote-unquote best season, but I believe he's having one of his best seasons this year.
I think he's having one of his funnest
yes,
for him.
I just feel like he's felt like he's taken over games. Like Christmas, he would have definitely been the Kittle Corn MVP of the week if we would have won that Christmas game.
How's Rick Diaz? Thank you for showing up, brother. Happy New Year's to you.
Bro, don't worry about anything, Rick. Good to see you. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, everybody. Good to see y'all. I was always talking about how, hey, we want to see everybody Tuesday. We want to see everybody Friday. Well, glad everybody made it. There's a few people who haven't came in. I haven't seen Laura. What's her face? I totally forgot. I had her name on the tip of my tongue and then I ran out. But there's a couple people we haven't seen. Well, there's Steve-O. So there's one person I was thinking of. But I will be honest. I don't care about the Pro Bowl.
Nope.
Like, this ain't 2016. This ain't 2016, bro. Well, this is like the only, yeah. Bebop, I've never told you that story. Okay, actually, you know what? Next week, maybe Tuesday, pregame show or whatever, I'll actually bring the box to prove my story's true. But on my way to training camp, I want to say it was either his rookie year or second year. On my way to training camp, I ended up finding a red and gold kettle corn box at Safeway. So I bought it, and I had I walked up to George Kittle, and I was like, "Hey, bro, kettle corn." And he looked at it, laughed, and signed it for me and everything. So ever since then, I've always called him Kittle Corn. Anyway, he's had just some taco on top. Hey, I'm telling you, bro, that sounds fire. Yeah, exactly. Miss Teresa, you said the point exactly what I was trying to get to before I got distracted. Happens a lot. I don't care because we're supposed to be playing on the game that's a week later. Cool. Like, sucks that, BA got snubbed. I don't know what Dre Greenlaw has to do. Maybe this is the whole Draymond, Draymond Greenlaw, thing going. I don't know. But does it really matter? Because
no. Oh, who's it? Was it Dre that said it? I already got enough of these damn hats. Fuck this hat.
Because let's be real, are you going to be in the mood to watch essentially a flag football game if we're not in the Super Bowl? I'm not. Probably the last thing I want to watch that weekend if we're not playing in the Super Bowl is, I won't watch it either way, but I promise you the last thing I'm going to watch is the Pro Bowl if the Niners are playing in it this year. That's going to be the farthest thing from my mind. I probably won't even look up the score.
And how awesome is it that we finally got a quarterback to be a Pro Bowler. And not only is he a Pro Bowler, he was the overall leading vote getter with Brock Purdy. That's pretty damn good. Actually, let me rephrase it. That's pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. Hold on. I'm looking it up right now. You just reminded me, G. What was it? 2000 he wrote that record?
Who? Which record?
The passing Let's see.
Over
Jeff
Jeff?
Garcia. Yeah. It was 2000 he broke that, right?
Oh, what year that he said it? Okay, I see something.
Let me see right here. Yeah. Okay, so he passed the ball for had 561 attempts. This year, Brock.
What? Maybe 3?
I'll look it up right now.
I'm going to say no more than 350. As it feels like.
I would doubt 400. 400 would feel like a shit ton to me personally.
Yeah.
Here, let's just go to ESPN real quick. They'll have it.
When in doubt, go to ESPN. That's the NFL.com site sucks.
444.
Really?
So yeah, 400, and that actually seems pretty damn high. Actually,
that's a lot more than I thought it was. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised it's over 350.
So to me,
Passion of the CMC. This guy.
Passion of the CMC. So you just gave me a T-shirt idea. Just
Joe Stevens, what? Nah, man, we gotta give Joe some love. Joe, what's up, my drunk friend? Those who don't know, Joe is our favorite Seahawk fan in the house. Got to meet Joe at the Seahawks, almost like the Steelers, the Niners Steelers game. And I was like, wait a minute, the Seahawks Steelers game over on New Year's Eve. Yeah, it's good time meeting up with him, having a beer with him.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Sam Darnold, Sam area.
Well, you were at the game.
I kind of am.
That's because you don't.
Your boy's kind of feeling himself.
You just kind of chug your drink every week on the show, man.
Anyway, so that's just how I'm feeling. Like, cool, awesome.
Yeah,
it's nice to say, like, hey, the Niners have 9 Pro Bowlers. You know, and that's nice to say. It's nice to assume that a lot of these gentlemen that are on the screen right now are going to be there next year and going years to come with some of them. Awesome. Yeah. But that was something I got excited when, in 2000, from the last time we had a franchise or Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yeah.
It's just Brock. I just look at it all of this is essentially doing is making Brock more expensive and checking the boxes that we hope that he checks. So cool. Congratulations, Brock. One more checked. Give a shit less. I'd rather him never make a Pro Bowl the rest of his life and win a Super Bowl than vice versa.
So, and I think pretty much all the players have the exact same thoughts on this. It's like, hey, that's cool, but this isn't what we want.
Besides incentive.
Besides the money, the cash they get. But other than that, it's like, okay, cool. Move on to the next one. Speaking of moving on to the next one. All right. So obviously this week we are playing the Los Angeles Rams, who, can we all agree, they are a lot better than we thought they were going to become the beginning of the season?
Yes.
I mean, should they win this game, and again, it doesn't really matter one way or the other, they're going to be 10-7. I think most people had this team at probably anywhere between 5, maybe 7 wins this year.
Yeah, I did. They're officially a playoff team.
Yeah, so that's why
the Yams are in the playoffs. I didn't even think they would sniff the playoffs.
No, well, I don't think most people did.
I thought this was essentially. I thought maybe the Seahawks would get in, just kind of like somebody's got to get in. The AFC. It's like, is the NFC East going to have 3 teams? It was either because is the NFC South going to have 2 teams? No, they're going to have their division winner. The AFC North, no, they were going to have their division. I mean, the Whackers have surprised anybody, but going into the season, the only 2 teams that you could say would have multiple teams from the same division, because 3 teams got to get in besides division winners, was going to be us in the NFC East. So I could say, okay, fine. The cry goes the Giants and maybe the Seahawks got in type of thing. Yeah. I didn't think the Yams were going to sniff the playoffs.
No, they're coming on strong at the end of the season. Yes, definitely. After the Lambs.
I mean, I think this is look, I'm going on record and saying, like, not statistically, just eye test, just feeling his presence, feeling like he's Kittle Corn yet again. This is his best season. I feel like it. I mean, it may have felt a little fluky, the 3-touchdown game against the Cry Girls and all that. But looking back at the course of the season, does that 3-touchdown game feel that fluky, Jason?
No.
I mean, it kind of feels like how he's played this year, right?
Streaky. He's been very, very streaky. And a lot of it has been, he'll get 2-3 yards, 2-3 yards, 2-3 yards, 46 yards, kind of a thing.
Well, streaky, and let's be real, most of the year has been run CMC, run CMC, run CMC, pass to CMC. Third down, need to give it to Juwan's. Pass to BA. And
Debo on the screen.
Look, I'm not necessarily mad about just one more thought on the Pro Bowl, and then we'll move on to the Yams. I'm not so much mad at the Debo because let's be real. It was after the bye week I felt Debo took over. He had a start to the season, got hurt, missed the 3 games, and then came back. And then we talked about, hey, this is Debo that looks like he's the best player in the league, and that's why everybody's saying he's snubbed. But when you look over the course of the season, no, I don't believe that Debo over the course of the season was one of the best receivers in the NFL. Since the bye week, he's been one of the best players in the NFL.
For sure.
But no, not over the course of the season. All right, on to the Yams.
All right. Next one we got the only transaction that's really gone on this week is we have designated wide receiver Ray to come back from the injury reserve to the practice squad, and more than likely is going to get promoted and play this week. Yay, finally. I know I'm pretty high on Ronnie Bell in general, but at least for right now, the rest of the season, I don't want him see him back there fielding another punt. Give me some Ray back.
Kyle said it's official. That he will be. It's his questionable status for the game is his technicality. He will be active, and thank God. I shouldn't say he'll be active. He'll be on the field. I don't need to see Ray back there fielding the punts. If anything, this is a game I want to see Ronnie Bell back there fielding punts. I don't need Ray back there for anything. Since essentially the inactives have already been listed, do you want to do our 5 starters? I mean, we already know who's sitting the game.
I mean, to be honest, there's been so many people who aren't playing, and then with some of the injury news that came out today, I just kind of went like this. I had mine written down. I was like, yeah, fuck this shit.
I mean, Trent's going to play. Oh, okay. I mean, I understand Kyle's position. Like, okay, cool. So I'm going to just play 22 people the whole game. And by the way, which fucks off our rotation. And by the way, we've seen a game this year that we've used literally every offensive lineman we have on the roster.
Yeah.
So
I think the next person on the list was Jesse Sapolo to get suited up and come out in the field.
I would have loved to see it. Jair's out. He's already been. Look, anybody that was out last week is already out this week.
Well, we're doing this. Out. Yeah. All right. So usually I make a slide with the injury report. The damn thing is so damn long this week. I just said, screw it. We are going to go straight to this thing. We're just going to go straight to the actual
player. Is literally the injury designation.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
There's a couple of them on here. Trenton is the other one.
Yeah. Wow.
So we got Armstead, who I think him and CMC are probably the 2 biggest people that benefit from this bye. Gets him another week, almost 2, 3 if you count this one, to get better. Nick Bosa doesn't probably need to play. Jair's obviously out.
That's weird that they put unspecified.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, but yeah. Ross Dwelly's out. John Feliciano, questionable. Sean Gibson out.
No.
CMC out. Elijah Mitchell, who we're probably going to see, I'm going to guess probably most of the first half, I would assume.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ambry Thomas out. He had surgery on his hand the last few days, so he'll be out, but he'll be back for the playoffs. Obviously, Trent's just resting. They said he was going to play.
Yeah, he's going to play.
Yeah.
We're literally going to run to the right side all game.
Yeah. Juwan Jennings, man, this concussion thing is starting to bother me since it's been this long and he still can't get on the game. Get off this list. So
one more step to go through, Kyle said.
Yeah, but even with that, him being out for this long, that was one hell of a serious concussion. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, no. This is concerning. I think that everybody just assumes that the bye week is some magical hearing power and everybody's just going to come back 100% from the bye week. Like it's a magical fucking thing.
Yeah.
And what worries me not is that I think Juwan will be out there for the playoffs. I think he'll be past the concussion protocol. What worries me about it, especially with the play style that he plays with, is he's just one hit away from getting another one. And with the amount of time that he missed with this one, you're probably talking about the rest of the season for Juwan Jennings if he gets another concussion.
Yeah. Kind of like the whole thing was it last year with Tua. You got one, then you got another. And it just seemed, it's kind of, and again, this one bothers me personally because of my concussion issues and all my head injuries. It's just, it gets worse every time. And him already having, either he's had small ones before to where it never got caught, or this one was just really that bad. I'm kind of curious which one it is. Obviously, we'll probably never know. But I'm betting you he's had probably more than one. I bet you most football players have had more than one, and they just write off as like a headache. And then he just got rocked at just the right time, the right angle, blah, blah, blah. And it has just set him off, for more than just the one.
1 second.
I was going to get there.
I had it pulled up, so I figured I would go ahead and do
What is up, David McNiner? So I'm just going to throw this out there right now. David McNiner is also another content creator for 49ers. He is going to be the host starting at 7 o'clock over on his channel. I will put that link up here in just a hot second. So everybody who is here, please make sure you go over to David's channel afterwards and sub, and hang out with him and on his channel when he does his show. I will be jumping over. I'm probably going to take a little break after our show, and then I'm going to head over to his show afterwards. And there is the link. So make sure everybody goes over there and check out his show. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Then we got Aaron Banks down there with the toe. Probably going to play. Do you think we see some Danny Gray?
I would hope so, because you're not going to bring him back in this game, but you're going to have his first action of the season be week 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's something I particularly would like.
I mean, I don't understand the logic behind that, because you would either now, I mean, you don't shut him down because you may need him, just for numbers' sake. You never know. But I don't, unless he's not ready, I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
When it's very clear anytime we've seen him that talented, all that, but needs development.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to the one that happened. Well, I guess it happened yesterday, technically. But guy that we've been rooting for years and years and years. Jason Ferret yesterday, I guess, went up to knock down a pass or something, came down, landed on his shoulder pretty bad. Actually toughed it out the rest of practice and overnight. Didn't want to go get anything checked. And it came back today. And I'm betting you he knew. I'm willing to put money on he knew how bad it was. And the reason why he didn't go get checked out yesterday was because he knew how bad it was and that he was going to be done. I really believe that because the man's done again. If you guys don't know, Jason Verrett tore his rotator cuff, and he's going to have surgery, and he's done for the year again. So he's been in the league 10 years. He has had 8 season-ending injuries in his career. I mean, I don't know what this man has done to deserve this kind of bullshit in his life. I mean, he keeps fighting back over and over and over. It just gets hurt, man. I mean, it's just beyond words for what he's dealt with.
And Kyle said he was going to play a lot this game.
Yep.
And see, it almost seemed like this year, it almost was lining up for Jason Verrett to come in and get a game-sealing pick for the Niners or something, to win the Super Bowl or something. I mean, didn't it feel like that? Like it was just going to be like that Hollywood ending of he ends his career playing for, the team of the area he grew up, because Jason Verrett's, from the Bay.
He gets that interception in the fourth quarter to seal the game or something like that, man. I saw this today and I was just like, fuck.
It's, and I remember when it was announced that we were trying to sign him, you said, I don't want to because I can't get my heart broken again.
It hurts, man. Like I saw that and I was just like, are you fucking kidding?
And it's almost more frustrating because I feel like if it was an ACL or Achilles like he had before, then like, okay, I simply, my body won't let me play football. Like my Achilles won't take it. My ACL won't take it. My MCL, whatever it is. But I'm not trying to downplay the severity of the injury. I mean, I feel that anything that requires surgery is pretty significant. Yeah. And I'm not going to downplay the man's pain. But a torn rotator cuff isn't something like a torn ACL. You know what I'm saying? The man ruptured his Achilles last year. And it's like, damn, bro, after battling back everything you went through, you're going to go down to a torn rotator cuff. Like a baseball injury, essentially. You went down to a baseball injury, essentially. That might be one of the most insulting things that a football player could do is like have a baseball injury.
Yeah. Just let me pull this up. I was going to show this to Steve-O right here. It did happen yesterday. Wrong one. This is from Coach Yak on Twitter. The injury actually occurred yesterday, Thursday in practice. The reason why it wasn't reported yesterday is because Verrett he basically got it out through practice. Probably knew how bad. Like I said, I think he knew how bad it was and just didn't want to realize, come to the realization that, this is that bad and it's season ending. And so he just toughed it out. And I guess he just couldn't take the pain anymore. And then he got checked out this morning. And lo and behold, we are where we are right now.
Definitely sucks.
Yeah.
Definitely sucks.
So. Because
he's going to come back from this and he's going to try again. And you almost just want him to call it quits, bro. Just like brother. Like I respected the determination. I respect the resilience and the tenacity and all that. But I mean, at some point, God's got to be telling you something.
I mean, he's 31, so it's not. I mean, obviously, he's not like he's old. He could come back from this. I mean,
he could come back from a torn rotator cuff.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is that he has been told basically by everybody, don't disappear. Like the team wants him around. So he's still going to hang around the team. I'm not sure if he's going to go into some sort of like a coach type of role or something like that, or just a motivational kind of thing, because everybody on that team absolutely loves Jason Verrett. He was well liked even in Houston when he was on their practice squad with them. So, I mean, basically, they're like, look, we don't want you to disappear for the playoffs. We still want you in the building. What sort of capacity that shows that is with that, I don't know. But, I mean, damn. The man has angered both the new and old gods many times over because this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Shit.
I heard that Logan Ryan was on a cruise.
What about Logan Ryan's?
He was on a cruise when the Niners called him.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. All right. So unfortunately, let's get off of that and go on to this stuff. All right. So we got the coaching staff for the Rams, and I feel that the Sean McVay gif on this one is pretty much exactly it. Not bad. Not bad of a job coaching this year when everybody pretty much expected your team to be, at the most 7 wins, not even getting close to the playoffs. And you've got your team at 9-7, possibly a double-digit winning team, and in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. They're sitting just about as many players as we are. But the only super quote unquote star that they're starting next week or this week is going to be Puka Nacua, and that's only because they're going to try and get him that rookie receiving record, and he's probably out. I'm sure if we had someone in that same situation, if like CMC was at like 100 yards away from 2,000 or something, we'd probably just play him usual. Can't say we're going to force feed him because we do that anyways. Just play him just to get him that. We're just going to get him out of there. So that's the only person on offense I see. They're probably going to try and get it probably within the first half, I would assume.
I mean, this game is really about. I just want to see us beat the Yams 10 times in a row.
Right. Yeah.
And what basically seeing, which looked like a pretty sweet connection in the preseason. Let's remember, I'm excited to see the Sam Darnold show and get some Ronnie Bell, some Jalen Graham, some D winners, some
Braden Willis. That's who I want to see more than anyone else.
Yeah, some Braden Willis because he looks big. Like I saw him at I believe it was the Christmas game. I want to say, and I was like, "Fuck, he looks pretty swole, bro." Like I was like, he looks like. Watch out for Braden Willis next year if he can catch some balls.
All right. And of course, they are sitting Matthew Stafford. So we have the great Ginger himself, Carson Wentz, who was once, the next great quarterback in this league, has pretty much disappeared and is now the backup quarterback for the Rams. You're going to get some Ronnie Rivers and some Puka Nacua. I keep wanting to call him Pookie, and I don't know why. Again, Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua. Yeah, I mean,
these numbers mean nothing at this point.
Kind of crazy. And see, this is what I always hate about the records, except for when you see things like Jerry, which is like, yeah, Jerry held records, but he held every receiving record. And so when you hold that many receiving, that tells you something. But like, come on, Jason. Like, let's be real. To say Jeff Garcia was for 23 years, the single season yardage in franchise history belonged to Jeff Garcia. Like, come on, brother. We know that's not right. We know that. Like, Eddie Faithful knows that. Like, let's be real. I would take Brock over Jeff Garcia.
Well, let's see what Brock does in a couple of years. Let's not. I mean, as much as we all like Brock right now, let's not start putting too big of expectations on his career in front of him. Let's let the kid play.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately,
but what's that got to do with Puka?
But no, I'm saying Carson Wentz. Well, it's his yardage. Everybody was saying greatest rookie wide receiver season, and everybody's now. It's been phenomenal. I mean, we saw him week 2 and everything like that, and you hear about it obviously through other shows we watch. But I'm sorry. I hate records. Just feel so tainted to me now. To say Puka Nacua. Yeah, well, yeah. But like Puka Nacua had a better rookie season than Randy Moss?
Statistically, yes.
I mean, statistically, yes, but like, I mean,
Yeah. So I mean, that's just where. I mean, again, just like with crowning Brock better than Joe or anything else like that, it's one season. Let them play out.
yeah. All right,
Um,
moving on.
all right. So next was the defense, and the reason why there's nobody here is because I kept changing out people for who was going to be playing and who was out. I'm like, I give up. Let's be honest, both on the offense and defensive
It
side
might
of
as
the
well
ball.
be week 1.
Not even week 1, dude. This is going to be basically a glorified week 3 preseason game. I mean,
Yeah,
McVay and Shanahan have probably spoken like, hey, man, let's just go into the fucking playoffs. Let's not try and, get one over. It's going to be the most plain high school level schemes that you can get. They're just trying to, I'm not going to say limp into the playoffs, but they're just trying to get to the playoffs at this point. Like,
I mean,
we want
let's
our
be
rest.
real. I don't consider the 4 or 5 an upset just because, let's be real, who gets it, whether it's the Cry Girls or Eagles, they're a better like realistically, the Cry Girls or Eagles, whoever doesn't win the NFC East should be the 4 seed. Some would argue maybe even the 3 seed. So that's not an upset. The most likely upset to me, honestly, let's be real, is Yams over Lions.
Yeah. And
I believe that's the most
Rams
likely
are playing
upset
right now. I wouldn't call that an upset, honestly.
Well, Detroit's a year ahead, I think personally.
No, Detroit's exactly where I said they were 3 years ago. When I saw Dan Campbell came in, he started building that team. And again, I have receipts to prove all of that. That I said that about 3 years ago with the Lions. They are exactly where I thought they were going to be. I figured they would be with a different quarterback, not Jared Goff. But hey, he works. All right, fantasy football. I'm done. And I had one of the worst things ever with my fantasy. So I've been in a fantasy football league. I've been in the league for 10 years. This league has been going on for a total of 15. For those who don't know, it is $1,000 buy-in every year to get into this league. You have to fill out an application to join this fantasy football league. That's how serious this league has been for me for the last 10 years. You have to fill out this application. You have to prove that you're a good fantasy football player, blah, blah, blah. I've won it 3 times in the 10 years. So the season ended last week. The guy pays out his Monday, or he pays out everybody the money. And then the motherfucker shuts down the league. No if, and, or buts, just says, bam, I'm not playing fantasy football anymore, and then deletes the league.
Damn.
I don't think I have been that fucking mad in so fucking long.
Well, at least he didn't rip anybody off.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. I get that. But he could have easily been like, hey, Jason, I don't want to play fantasy football league anymore. Can I transfer ownership of this league to you? Cool, I'll take over that. And you just transfer everything over. No, he just fucking bounced. Like I said, I read that at work and I was like, what the fuck? My boss looks at me and I'm like, my bad. I'm going to go outside right now.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks.
I mean, this is, like I said, this has been a very big part of my life for 10 years with just this league, not to mention all the other leagues that I do, but $1,000 league's biggest league I've done. So
yeah, it's not nothing to laugh at.
No. Betting, I don't bet shit last week of the football season.
Over and under is 1.5.
4. Oh yeah, 1.5. Oh shit, I fucked up on that one. Let's find out what the over and under is.
So it's like
no.
half points,
an
extra point.
Yeah.
Not even a touchdown, just an extra point.
Let's see, NFL. What is this?
Oh no, wait. The Niners are going to score a safety, and that's it, and cover. going to be the first 2-0 game in NFL history.
It's the over-under is 41 and a half. So I forgot the 4 in front of
that. Yeah, don't bet it. I'm not even going to get a.
Yeah, it's not, like I said, to me, it's not even worth doing. I saved my money the rest of the season. And so far, this is what it looks like for the people who over at NFL.com who are picking picks. Again, do with this information as you will. Basically, everybody's playing backup, so it really doesn't give a damn. And for the last one,
essentially, it's kind of interesting to me that they're essentially saying the Yams backups are better than our backups there, which is kind of interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, in a way, if you think about it, I think the Rams, especially going for that record for Puka Nacua, they might be playing a little bit harder to make sure that he gets that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's at least play to a level to where we can get him that record. I mean, final score I got 35-21. Random score I just threw out there because, let's be honest, after halftime, there's not going to be many, if any, starters left in the game.
I would say not even before then. You might see some people, took it out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So here's a question for you, TJ.
Yeah.
With everybody who's being set for us this week, who is the one person you are very excited to see get some playtime?
Sam Darnold. Because, look, any of us can't say that it wasn't intriguing or interesting. Yeah, we had our ideas of what were going to happen in training camp. We were wrong. We thought that, Trey was going to be the backup,
Dude, I forgot Trey was even on his team until you said it right then.
I mean, fucking A. One of the most depressing things, so when I cleaned out my storage and everything, I went through a lot of the T-shirts I bought for the little pop-up thing I do, at barbecues and stuff. And I had a bunch of Trey to the Bay, welcome to the Trey areas. And I was like, bro, I'm never going to sell these.
Yeah, it's like, well, this is a fucking lost.
Yeah, I was like, this is just fat ass L. Anyway,
you're gonna be like those kids they show with whoever loses the Super Bowl. It's like, hey, I got my Super Bowl loser T-shirt.
Yeah, right. I remember my boy sent one. It was like a African kid, being all happy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, Super Bowl championships or shirts are coming. Yeah.
Yeah, I finally got a shirt. Yeah, it's
my troll boy Raul, the one you see always talking shit on Facebook or whatever. Yeah, he was the one that shared it to me. Anyway,
yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, that's basically what you got with those shirts right there.
Yeah, basically. So, I mean, we're not going to pretend that we ever hope to see Sam Darnold in a game ever, but
not in a meaningful game.
Hey, if we can't pretend, if we could sign him back, because he is a free agent, if we can't sign him back for the rest of our lives, we can't pretend like quarterback depth ain't important. Because if we ever forget how important quarterback depth is, we forgot in 2022. And as a franchise, as a fan base, we should never forget 2022. Quarterback depth literally cost us the Super Bowl.
I don't think he'll be back.
You think ultimately it seems?
I think someone will give him an opportunity. And maybe we end up becoming this like QB factory for, rehabbing old quarterbacks. Like maybe Russell Wilson comes here next year, rehabs his career, sits behind Brock and learns from Brock and then goes someplace else the year after or something like that. I don't know.
A name that was brought up to me, one of my boys brought up to me that I thought, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know if I want it to happen. Mr. Trubisky.
For the love of God, no.
Hey.
Look, man, if all I know is I have to listen to my older brother, being the Steelers fan, bitch about Mitch Trubisky, No, we don't want that.
So San Francisco depends
Stop.
on this.
The person I'm looking forward most to see is I'm looking for some Braden Willis. I know I've been saying that all year long.
Yeah,
I just feel I know we drafted Cameron Latu to be, our replacement for Kittle or whatever kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. I just never saw it of Cameron Latu. Sorry, I didn't see it.
I think you got it.
What I did see was I saw it, at least, in college, comparing the two guys, obviously, their college careers. I saw it in Braden Willis. Braden Willis took over games. He was actually the focal point of that Oklahoma offense for a lot of the time he was there. So maybe not necessarily your prototypical tight end, but definitely an H-back kind of guy. So like I said, he's the one I'm really hoping we get to see something out of him this weekend.
As we transition, love him, but we never know the conversations that are quietly happening behind closed doors. Juice ain't going to be on this team until 40-45 or 20-45. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think it came uncomfortably close last time from Juice leaving.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it came uncomfortably close to Juice leaving last time. I could see Braden Willis as substitute, not so much as a lead blocker or whatever like that, but as that versatile move all over the field weapon that Kyle loves to have. Just real quick,
grow into that blocking type black, but I think everything else he'd be fine.
Ultimately, I heard somebody, I won't mention names, say that if Shanahan didn't win the Super Bowl, that he should be on the hot sheet. Do me a favor, Jason. Pull up the Pro Bowl roster right now. Now this is a person, as Jason gets that up, this is a person who frequently bitches that we don't like. They're the type of person that got mad that we didn't sign Jalen Ramsey. They're the type of person that got mad that we didn't, or specifically, I meant the Niners one. Specifically, I meant the Niners.
Oh yeah,
the slide.
and
this is what I want to say is ultimately what I think is a testament of why I call him Luchahan, why I think they got the contract, why ultimately I believe Kyle Shanahan will probably be the longest tenured coach in Niner history. And I think if Bill Walsh wasn't, Bill Walsh would be the greatest. Is look at this list. Okay. The Niners, while having the most cap room available next season, have signed Pro Bowler Javon Hargrave, Pro Bowler Moody Ward, Pro Bowler Kyle Juszczyk, who was one of Kyle's first free agencies, traded for CMC, and traded for and signed Trent Williams. Drafted Nick Bosa, drafted Fred Warner. Paid Nick Bosa. Drafted Fred Warner, paid Fred Warner. Drafted George Kittle, paid George Kittle. Drafted Brock Purdy, yet to pay him.
Going to get paid eventually.
Get paid eventually. And I mean, this is just the ones that, and we're not talking about the two that we mentioned as subs the most, who are, by the way, drafted, and one got quote unquote paid. I mean, as far as he's got a second contract, and the others are going to get paid next offseason in BA and Dre Greenlaw, who were both drafted. And so when you look back, the Niners are probably about where most of the top tier draft team leagues are. They're with the Yams, they're with the Shecox, with the Patriots used to be. I don't believe they are anymore. But I think we draft fairly well. When you look at the can't miss pick, the second overall pick, Nick Bosa's pick was a can't miss. That was the type of pick that would have set the franchise back half a decade if we missed on that pick. Nailed that one. we're looking at probably 2019 being the best draft when you talk about Bosa, Debo, Dre Greenlaw. And to me, you see the Yams spent themselves into cap hell. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says when they talk about the rings. They did not win the Super Bowl because they basically painted themselves into cap hell. You know, they won that Super Bowl essentially because they won the Matthew Stafford sweepstakes, which, by the way, we were in. You know, we were in the Matthew Stafford sweepstakes. But I'll take my team spending money on Javon Hargrave, Moody Ward, Trent Williams, and then obviously re-signing Juice the multiple times that we've re-signed him. Do you feel that there's just everybody becomes a free agent? Every coach, every GM becomes a free agent, or front office becomes a free agent. How many upgrades over what we have right now do you think there are out there? Maybe Andy Reid, which you don't know how much Andy Reid couldn't get it done. See, Jason and I are old enough to remember Andy Reid being the Eagles coach. What was the story about there? 3 NFC championships, no Super Bowl. Couldn't get it done. You know,
Andy Reid was Shanahan 20 years ago.
Yes. What changed?
He moved to KC and got Patrick Mahomes. That's
Thank you.
Pretty much it right there.
I mean, what happened with Bill Walsh's career? I don't know. Drafting Joe Montana?
Yeah.
You know, if he went with the quarterback he originally wanted, no, I don't think that we are what we are. So maybe Andy Reid is probably about the only upgrade I would think over Kyle. Maybe.
I don't think there's necessarily an upgrade over Shanny. I think there's people who would be comparable.
Yeah.
You know,
there you go.
You got like Sean McVay. Sean McVay, play calling and style and everything, very comparable to Shanahan. Like you had mentioned earlier, Andy Reid. Why am I drawing blank? Dolphins head coach.
John Harbaugh.
Dolphins.
You said both. Oh, Dolphins. McDaniel.
McDaniels. Yeah, Mike McDaniels. John Harbaugh would be another name you could put out there.
See, I don't believe that John Harbaugh is because what you're getting with Shanahan is not just a head coach. When you talk about a head coach, yes, you probably are, John Harbaugh is on Kyle Shanahan's level as far as head coach. But what you're getting with Shanahan is an elite play designer, elite play caller, elite designer of offense. You're not getting that with John Harbaugh. Pretty much the only coach I could see up there is maybe Sean Payton, which show me without Drew Brees what you can do. Right? And Andy Reid, which show me what you could do without Patrick Mahomes and Donovan McNabb.
But you're also talking about everybody's going to be different, though. So
yeah,
I still think you put guys like John Harbaugh in that conversation. Maybe even a Mike Tomlin. You know, yes, those guys they don't necessarily coach every single play for either side of the ball, but what they do is they just manage everything and they let everybody else do their job.
Yeah, no, I that's what I'm saying is that I believe Mike Tomlin. Mike, honestly. If let's just say we went 2-15 this year, everything was a dumpster fire, all that, Mike Tomlin actually would be one of the very few coaches I would bring in over. Not saying I would fire Shanahan, but that would be one of the things that I'm like, ooh, you know, that'd be interesting. Mike Tomlin, I believe, is a good head coach.
I think Mike Tomlin's on the hot seat right now. Well, if the Steelers don't make the playoffs, I think he gets – because they've just had dreadful quarterback play since Roethlisberger left.
Ben.
But I do believe he is on the hot seat, especially because, you know, they did pick up Kenny Pickett. He hasn't really worked out. They've had Mitch Trubisky. They've gone back to Mason Rudolph like 3 times. So his inability to draft or trade for anything when it comes to the quarterback to replace Big Ben, I think if they don't make it this year, depending on how next year go, I think he's on the hot seat.
I mean, let's be real. If we didn't have Brock, Kyle would probably be on the hot seat.
Good chance, yeah.
Because let's be real, I think that if we had to play Trey, like if we essentially didn't have Brock, then Trey has to be the starter this year.
Yeah,
and we're not 13 and or 12-4 going into possibly be 13-4 with Trey at quarterback this year.
For sure.
Especially in the beginning. We're not blowing out, putting up 30 points consistently at the beginning of the year. You might say by now, maybe things might have looked a little better with more experience and all that, but in the beginning of the year, it'd have been real rough. All right, bro. Well, we already lost Instagram.
Actually, it's still going. I just checked. I just tabbed over the.
Okay,
but
so
it's definitely.
Before we get out of that, I do have an announcement to make. I will be going on the. Hold on, I want to make sure I get the name to right. The name right. Okay, let's see. What is it? Why is it not showing? Go ahead and do your thing, Jason. I gotta try to pull this up.
That's pretty much all I have. I was just gonna say goodbye to everybody.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going on at 5 p.m. on the 49er Faithful live, or I'll get the name out on Facebook or share the stream out on Facebook. But please come holla at us there or holla at me there. They Kim was the connection between that, and old boy reached out to me and said come on. So I will be going on that show. I'll make sure to get the show info out on Facebook.
Let me know
and all that. All right, before we get out of here, of course, we got to remind everybody, help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. A link will be in the description of this podcast or a video. Go to SeatGiant.com, use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to help on all theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. To see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. Catch me doing pregame on Sunday. Jason will be doing halftime, and JB will be doing our postgame. And this week's coupon code for 20% off of all Season 3 for the Faithful by the Faithful apparel is Beat LA. Again. Not again, but it's just Beat LA. All right, Jason. Thanks for having me on again, bro. For on my own network. Thank you, fellas. Get have a great show. Have the best weekend. Stay safe and blessed.
Thank
you too, Miss Teresa. All right, bro. I'll see you Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah. All right, everybody. Before I get out of here.
Oh.
Why'd you kick me out, man?
Fuck Jason out of his own show, bro. All right, bro.
Doses. All right, everybody. Once again, thank you for showing up. Lava, and one love to everybody. Again, everybody, make sure to go. I'm going to give you. I put the link down again one more time to jump over to David McNiner's show. He's got a few people already over there, and his show started about 10 minutes ago. So please go over there, show some love to his channel, like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Once again, and then I will definitely see you guys at halftime. See you right later. Peace.